Hi, everyone. This is our a little bit different episode 19, Brilliant Wealth and Wellness Podcast, and a Q&A of Brilliant Massage and Skin franchise, and an announcement that we are very excited about is that we have our first franchisee that signed with us, which is our employee. We couldn't ask for a better first franchisee and candidate that really has many, many years experience in the industry, experience with people, but we will talk about this in the episode and then I'll answer any questions people might have as well. Nicholas is my co-host and my husband, and he will also be having input and talking in this episode. So hope you enjoy it, as well as Mariam. Thank you for joining. All right. So like I mentioned, we are really excited about the Christy joining us as the first franchisee. And I just came back from Emerging Franchisors Conference, which was amazing. Learned so much. As always, conferences are really great way to get out of the bubble that you're in and talk to other people that are in the industry, and they really great, giving great advice, because they're usually, there's different levels, some people further along than you are, so always come back with great advice how to do business better, how to screen candidates leads better, and follow up and marketing. So would you guys had any questions or something to share?
I was curious, maybe you could answer more questions about, what you learned and what was good takeaways from the conference that you went to.
Yeah, sure. So, well, it really brought back the understanding to me that I need to remember that support for franchisees and training is the pivotal strength that we can offer as a franchisor and that we have, because even though, let's say, even our first franchisee, she's an employee, but she knows things from an employee perspective, which is a lot different than from an owner's perspective. Like, you might know the business, how to flip burgers, but do you know how to run a burger restaurant? So I have to remember that we still are going to put more 100% plus effort into every single candidate, no matter the level of their background or understanding of the industry, whether they just got out of massage school or aesthetic school and they want to own their own business, or maybe they've been in the industry for 40 years. We are developing modules and training systems that is going to show them step by step how to be a business owner, because it's a mindset switch. If someone been an employee even somewhere else, doesn't even have to be massage or skincare business, but they want to get into ownership of the spa, so they're going to have to get into the owner mindset plus learn the industry. So training and is on the top of our priority list, and the ways that we will help to succeed our franchisees. So that was the key takeaway that actually I took away from the conference. And I already knew that, but as you kind of get into daily routine, sometimes, you just forget about some things. And that really brought back home to me. I need to put even more effort into make sure we don't think, this person like already knows this. No, we're still gonna go over, even something might look elementary, we are gonna go over that training and steps. Yeah. Any other questions?
I would like to ask, when did you started your business and how did you manage it since then?
Well, so it started just with me as an individual employee. I went to massage school and I was always passionate about health and wellness. And I thought that, well, I will go to massage school and maybe I'll do it as a part-time experience and part-time gig. And I will just maybe, make some extra money until I figure out what I really want to do, because I tried personal training before, I tried nutrition coaching, I tried, I was a musician before then, singer songwriter. Let's see, what else did I do? I did study accounting a little bit because I thought, well, I want to be tax accountant. But the thing is, then I think all these experiences previously came together, and then I realized, well, actually this business is something I could be doing full time, and there's a lot of demand, and I like helping people. It's rewarding. At the same time, it is like being an entrepreneur, so it's creative and there's numbers involved. So like I brought the creativity from the music industry, and then wellness, always passionate about wellness, exercise, fitness, eating healthy. And massage industry, you have the type of clients that also believe in, usually healthy lifestyle, alternative medicine, taking care of your body before it gets sick. And so I fell in love with it. And then because there was demand, I hired people, and then I learned how to market better and better. And it kind of like the customers really create your business. The customers shaped our business, and employees. I have to give credit to them because, without them, you wouldn't really succeed or know which direction to take the business to. But customers and employees and our team is also the ones that gave feedback along the way and helped shape it. And then finally, we decided to franchise last year because I would like other people that would like business owners to be able to get into this industry. Maybe they're a solopreneur, maybe they're afraid to take that first step to hire on their employees and expand and grow better. So we will provide those systems and processes and training, like I mentioned, that will make it much easier, and when we will hold their hand along the way. We can't guarantee 100% success for everyone. It's still going to be, it's hard work. It's not an easy work. You have to be committed. You have to answer your phone on the weekends or holidays if something happens. So it's not like hands off. There is times and days that it is almost hands off, or you can go on vacation and it won't stop running. Of course, it's a balance, but at the beginning there is more hard work than later. Hopefully that answer your question.
Yeah, great. Well, in business, there's problems, right? Well, how do you handle problems in your business?
Is your question would be like with customers or
Yeah, like the customers, foot traffic, and like in your technology or something like that.
So I always try to get advice from professionals. Like if there's something we're not sure about, let's say legal advice or tax advice or even business development or SEO or marketing. I think from the beginning when I started business, I had to wear multiple hats, and I still do. But I always believed education for myself and in myself, and along the way I took a lot of different courses and education that helped me to learn better how to manage those emergencies or problems in the business. And the problem only stresses you out if you don't do nothing about it. Like if there is a problem and you can take action, there's an action you can take. Let's say seek out help from that industry's professional. Let's say, okay, well, our website had like a problem, then you have to reach out to a person that can help you fix that. And having people that are like on call and trusty and reliable people you can call, and or team members, maybe they're independent contractors that you work with, it's not always the employees, but having a good team and those people make solving problems much easier. So also, they say your net worth is related to your network. So the more good people you have around, the less stressful it's going to be, because you can call them for help. And that does become easier as the business becomes bigger, because then you have more funds and income to pay for the help. Like sometimes maybe when you're small, you don't have enough funds, so it can be more stressful. But once business is becomes seasoned, it's much easier. So yeah, and then learning, if we made a hiring mistake, then we learn from it, and next time we'll watch out, let's say, not to, maybe we need to improve our screening questions, So sometimes like problems is not like a bad thing. It's just a symptom that something was not done right, something that we maybe missed or didn't look prepared. So that's another, way to look at it, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Anything else on these topics?
What has been the biggest obstacle that you've had to overcome?
I think, when I look back through the growth of the business, which started in 2017, getting first employee was challenging. It's not that it was technically challenging, or it was more mentally, getting over that. Okay, well, if I want to stay in this industry, this business, like I don't want to just be solopreneur, because it's kind of lonely and can be even depressing, just always working by yourself without any team. So, and I thought I'd like to be able to see where this business could grow, and so I knew I had to get employees in order to do that, because there is like an African saying, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with other people. So I knew I definitely needed team, and it still can be like a thing that always we're looking for great team members, but that was one of the difficult things to pass through, to learn also being a great manager. And I'm not saying like I'm the greatest, but I'll get better over time, and everything is learnable. So I feel like I've learned a lot on that. And I'm trying to think if there was any other things. I think that's really one thing that kind of stands out to me. Yeah. And let's see. So what would you think would be the most difficult part of growing the business? Do you have any questions about or hesitations about the industry? Or
I think a lot of what people experience with growing a business is, it's a startup, right, from the beginning. So there's, the highs are extremely high and the lows are extremely low. But then eventually, once you build the system and processes and team into place, it can help even out that flow so that it's not, as they would say, like feast or famine. But I think one of the important things to think about is that even once the team and the processes and everything is in place, there's still going to be issues, right? There's still going to be problems. So it's almost like going back to maybe before, when you're a solopreneur, of like, okay, when those issues did happen and come up, what did we do to deal with them? So is there anything that you think that you would do differently, in the business now, or if you were to start it over knowing what you know now?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that I would spend more money on marketing faster. And this is actually when I was at the emerging franchisor conference. A lot of franchisors, they repeatedly were saying, how can we convince our franchisees to spend more on their marketing? A lot of people are afraid to spend money on marketing, but it's a catch-22 or 2020. I don't know how Americans say it, catch-22 or something like that, right? Like you can't have growth without marketing. Like it's not possible. So we would have grown even faster if I deployed more money into marketing sooner. And even now, with franchise growth, I just still sometimes struggle with that, like deploying more money in advance than I think that it would, like, because you want to see that immediate return on investment. And sometimes it's when you don't see it right away, like you don't want to spend that money. I think it's the best money spent. By the way, hello, Max. Thanks for joining. Let me know if you had any questions. We were just chatting here about what would I've done differently when I started my business, and definitely not being afraid to spend money on marketing and spending more money. So that's one of those things, because there's always can be organic growth and word of mouth growth. Through people leave reviews. And so you're going to have like a regular SEO. But if they if you only rely on those, it's not going to be a very fast growth. You won't be able to hire more people as fast. You're not going to be able to add more treatment rooms as fast. So, but of course, there's benefits growing slow too, because then you really have a well-seasoned business that hopefully everything runs very smooth. Did that answer?
It did. Thank you.
Yeah. And yeah, anyone has another question about the franchise and just in general, spa industry or business growth strategies? At least how I could share experience, how we been doing it and how we grown it.
Yeah, so I've noticed in some of your videos that you have remote employees to assist your business. I'm curious when it comes to my franchise, would I also have the option to working with remote employees, or would all employees need to be on site? Which setup do you think works better? And what are the differences between the two?
Oh, sure. So that is, I'm glad you asked that. So that's one differentiation that we have in our system, in our spas, that we have 2 corporate locations, and then now we'll open our first franchisee will be in Stowe area, Vermont. Yes, they would still have remote receptionists as we do. That is one of the differentiations in our system, that we're able to increase unit economics this way, because cost of living in Philippines is different than in United States. So that allows us to pay a very good salary for a Filipino worker. But at the same time, it's cost effective for us to reduce our expenses. So that would be the differentiation, and that would be the why, let's say, we recommend that, because cash flow in the business is very important. And this industry sometimes, well, like any industries, sometimes labor shortages, sometimes it's, you just want to have better margins, right? Better profit margins. So, and that's something we had from the very inception of the business. Like we never had in-person receptionists, because I started as an individual practitioner. It was just me in one massage treatment room. And then I got on employees like other practitioners, massage therapists, and then I went to aesthetic school, and then We added aesthetics services, skincare. So at first, actually, me and my husband were answering the phones to save costs because, like I mentioned, we did reinvest a lot in marketing. And then also I wanted to buy real estate. I'm also a real estate investor. So we bought a second location. We own the building there for our office as well. Then we just found that, we can hire people remotely to take off that task answering phones ourselves. And I believe that happened around the COVID time, that it became very acceptable, actually, have people working from home if they don't have to be there in person. So, in-person staff is definitely, they will have people that have to be to perform services, or like independent contractors, like your cleaner, or, other people that need to come in for whatever reason, like, IT contractor or plumber, things like that. We hire, but people that can work from home, that's going to continue. I think I answered a lot on this question. Almost feel like I was rambling.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, any more questions?
I'm curious, what happens if my franchise doesn't generate much profit in the beginning, since it's common to face challenges, and especially with marketing new branch? Will there be support to help me navigate this phase? Or like, for instance, are there promotional strategies or marketing initiatives do you provide to boost my franchise to attract more customers?
Yeah. So that's why we would like people to become franchisees, because that first year is usually the kind of like the time that you invested money to maybe buy all the equipment, and maybe you have a more fit up costs or whatnot. It's going to depend on the location and real estate and things like that. But it's good to have some money that you would have access to, just because if you're not performing services yourself, you definitely want to have at least a little bit of money that you could live off as you invested in opening a location, and until you see those profits coming in, because it will take some time, not too long, because we will help with pre-opening marketing. So we'll try to help you sell in your local area, pre-sell even the memberships and packages, so that way you would already have some money coming in even before you open the doors, and then of course you would offer a special deal to those customers, incentivize with the discount on the package, be like a founding VIP members. So that one way we would help you to get that profit as soon as possible. And we would have ongoing marketing support. We have excellent Facebook and Google's ad contractor that we use ourselves, and we would make it available to you and all our franchisees as well. You're not forced to use it, but it is available. You would have the freedom to use your own contractor for certain things or things like that if you want to. But we do have someone that is familiar with our industry and particularly with our business. And we also provide graphics, schedules, and different holiday special offers that we would say, you can just copy paste, or our contractor could do it for you. So having line of credit or having some savings would still be helpful just in case, but we would try to do our best to help you pre-sell those memberships and packages ahead of the opening, and then during the opening, and then we have a system how to also generate reviews. We actually have the most reviews, more reviews than any other spa in Vermont, besides the resorts, we don't compete with the hotels. So they have more, but as far as a standalone spa, we have the most. We have over 1,000 reviews, and we have a system that we deploy to make that happen. So we would, of course, provide you that system also.
That's very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Happy to share everything I can. And yeah, so that is one of the actually of the things that makes us different. Those are actually a couple of the things that makes us different. I've noticed some of the legacy massage and skincare franchise locations, they don't always have the best ratings. And that's why we would like to be different. We would like to keep that quality of standard and really focus on customer and employee satisfaction. Because if you have happy employees, you'll have happy customers. And if you focus on the customer, your business will grow. You wouldn't go in a restaurant that has only 3-star average rating. So keeping that rating really high, because customers, that's what they look at a lot when they search for a place to go for any service. Yeah. Any more questions? Did Max or Nicholas had any questions?
I think you answered all of mine. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Mariam, do you have any more questions?
How about the finding of location?
Yep. So that is also a very good question. Actually, one of the tools that we are utilizing and will be utilizing, and I know it's like almost cliche right now and very popular, the AI tools. So we're able to index different locations that might be interest of our potential franchisees. And we can say, well, okay, this location have this much traffic and it has this much average household income. And these people tend to visit these type of stores. So it's also predictive analytics. AI can do, predictive analytics compared to our current stores, Burlington and South Burlington. So there's some tools out there that I have access to. And that we'll be utilizing. So then as one of the ways we can help to find a location, because if you say, well, I'd like to open in Maryland, Annapolis or something like that, which we do have one interested candidate from there, we would look, okay, well, which streets do you thinking would be best? Or we could not even ask that. We could look at the whole city and say, well, these seems to be the best neighborhoods, best area by using the technology and using common sense and using experience, of course. It helps that I am also a real estate investor, so I can take a look at certain areas as far as real estate go and advise on whether, I think the pricing is fair or help you negotiate lease terms or purchase. We do have contacts with real estate agents that work across the United States and specifically that works with franchisees. I actually met one of the new contacts at the Emerging Franchisor Conference that they are specifically working with people that want to open franchises. As well, I have to mention that we have contacts with lenders all across U.S. So for blending for real estate or startup costs is not a problem. And we have local lender here in Vermont that we're working with Vermont Credit Union and SBA lender that I worked before actually myself. They'll help our first franchisee here with her location opening. But as far as geographically using experience and using tools and technologies, how we would help you.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, go ahead. Things like you have a lot of good questions, so you have more, you can just ask away. And it can be scary to open a business, buy a business. As far as like if I were to go back in time, like buying into franchise would have saved me time to become bigger faster, because there's a lot of things I didn't know that we know now, and we're able to help the franchisees. So I think like even the franchise fee, it's actually very low cost to pay in order to have the hand holding and the support and the systems and training. Because looking back, like I thought, well, how hard can it be? How hard can it be to like start from scratch to like own a business, or even buy into business or industry that maybe you're not, don't have experience, not familiar. There are sometimes things that jump out, and working with the franchise is ongoing support. It's not like ends once you open and then buy you on your own. But what we really want to focus is to have the community, like we have community with our employees just here locally in a corporate. We have weekly Zoom meetings with our team. That's the same. We would be having at least weekly. Maybe once you've been in business for longer, maybe you don't need the weekly meeting, maybe once a month, meeting, but where you would have that ongoing support and ability to consult and ask questions, and hopefully talk with future franchisees, also people that will open. So hopefully our family would be growing, and then we can have a community. Well, let me know if there's any more questions. If there's no more questions, then we could wrap it up for today. We will be doing these regularly, so stay tuned. If you're not on our newsletter list, I highly recommend getting on there. You can just shoot me your email and I'll add you there if you'd like to.
Or can I ask a quick question?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was a little late. I apologize. So
No.
I don't know if you already answered it. So what would you say is the number one or the most important strategy for getting new clients? You mentioned Google reviews. Is that the one or something else?
Yeah, Google reviews is one of the best. So I would really focus having as many great reviews as you can. And then also, plus, you still would want to use paid marketing, unless you're like booked up months in advance and you can't take any more customers. Then that's another problem. Then that means that you need to add another location or add more treatment rooms. But assuming that you have space open and you need more customers, I would really focus across all platforms, not just Google, also Facebook, Yelp. The more different directories you can get on, because in certain parts of the country might be different. Like some countries or some cities have, like they use Yelp and some don't, but it's still good to be on there. And then we send an email after each appointment in order to get that feedback reviews. You would want to have a system or software that says, hey, how was your appointment? If it was, did you enjoy it? We would love to hear from you. And you put a link where they can leave a review. And also I would put in there that says, if you think something could have been better, or if you ran into any issues, or if there's any constructive feedback you could give us, please reply to this email. So that way you, if something didn't go 100% perfect, which can happen, it will happen. That's a part of, dealing with people, with humans, that at least it won't go online. It won't, hopefully they will just reply and tell you that their service didn't go as they expected. So you could make it up to them. Maybe you could offer them a discount for next time, or and still maintain keep that client. I don't know. Did that answer?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
No, that's good for now. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And happy to catch up with you. I know you're in the process of looking there and thinking to buy a business, or so looking forward to hear an update from you. How it's going? But if no more questions, then we can wrap it up, and we will have this one more time. Well, we'll have probably once a month, so we'll send out notification when it's coming up. Thank you. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks, everyone. And hope you have a brilliant day. I'll see you next time.